Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Worthy Anabolic Kitchen. On this channel, we have had a Halloween special, a Thanksgiving special. Do you really think we weren't going to see a Christmas special? Today, I am bringing you a recipe for Anabolic Gingerbread Cutout Cookies. These are cookies that you can roll out and cut out to make gingerbread people, and then you can of course decorate them afterwards. This will allow you to participate in Christmas tradition without having to take on traditional Santa weight. To make our anabolic gingerbread cookies, we are going to need a vanilla protein, preferably a whey casein blend, Swerve brown and confectioners sugar replacement, all-purpose flour, coconut flour, vanilla extract, light I can't believe it's not butter, baking powder, cinnamon Dolce Jordan skinny syrup, Walden Farms pancake syrup. If you do not want to get the Jordan skinny syrup, you can just double up on the Walden Farms pancake syrup and it should work. Pumpkin spice, ground cinnamon, ground ginger, and salt. The first thing we're going to do is add 50 grams of light I can't believe it's not butter. Then we are going to add 40 grams of our Swerve brown sugar replacement. Then we're going to add 2 caps full of vanilla extract, 15 grams of Walden Farms pancake syrup, 20 grams of Jordan skinny syrups, 65 grams of our protein powder, 43 grams of all-purpose flour, 5 grams of coconut flour, 3 dashes of salt, 3 grams of ground ginger, 1.5 grams of pumpkin pie spice, 1 gram of cinnamon, and lastly 1.5 grams of baking powder. Then we mix until it's thoroughly combined. You should get a pretty sticky dough like this. Once we're done with our mixing, we have to chill the dough. This is going to allow us to roll it out much more nicely. To do so, we are going to put it into the freezer for at least 10 minutes or into the fridge for at least half an hour. For our rolling station, we need a flat surface to roll things out on. I am using a cookie sheet because our counters have grout and tile, so it won't be flat. You will also need your Swerve confectioners replacement, your protein powder, a rolling pin of course. Oh, and don't forget your cookie cutters. To make our station non-stick and rollable, we are going to need to cover our flat surface with that combination of our protein powder and our Swerve confectioners. Then we're going to just spread it all around to cover the surface. You might be wondering, why aren't you using flour? I was watching a video from Adam Ragusia where he was making sugar cookies and he specified that you could use any edible powder. That gave me the idea of using the combination that we see here. It gives a little bit of extra sweetness, and who cares if you get a little bit of extra protein? There's so little extra that's going to be added to each cookie that it won't really make a difference in the macros, but it's working more toward our goals than having some unmeasured amount of flour. You will also want a parchment paper lined and non-stick sprayed cookie sheet for you to put your cutout cookies onto before you transfer them into the oven. Now that our dough is chilled, we are just going to take this whole ball and throw it onto our pile of powder. Then we are going to roll the ball around in the powder to get it completely covered. You should now have something that resembles a snowball. Now we can roll this out to about a 1/4 inch thickness. Then we just get our cookie cutters covered in our powder and we can press. Once you have the cutout, transfer it to your baking sheet and continue until you have all of them done. Now we'll take all of our scraps and roll them out again. First, we'll get it all collected into a ball. Try to compact it as much as you can, and roll out again. And we'll punch them out. For the last cookie worth, just press that into one of your cutters because you won't be able to roll it out so well. He's kind of ugly, but he'll do. And there we have it. All 9 of our cookies are made, and only at this point are we going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. We didn't want to heat it up earlier because we wanted to keep the cookie dough as cold as we could so that it would roll out nicer. Well, the oven just dinged that it's preheated, so I'm going to pop these in for 8 to 12 minutes, checking doneness after 8. It has been 8 minutes in the oven. These are done. You can see a little bit of browning on some of their edges without them being burnt, which is perfect. It's what we're looking for. Well, normally I am very much a fan of eating cookies when they are fresh out of the oven. That is not the case here. In fact, I would recommend that you at least let them rest for a few hours before eating, preferably let them rest overnight. What I found in my tests was that the consistency gets a lot better with a whole day's rest between the baking and eating. With that in mind, I will see you all tomorrow. Alright everyone, so a day has passed. These cookies have gotten their time to rest. This is how they're looking, like cookies, and because they've had the day to rest, it's actually gotten a bit crumblier, which I find to be very, very enjoyable. The sweetness is just right. The spice balance for me is just right. You might need to tinker based on your own needs. But everyone, that's going to do it for the day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy holidays. And don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ding on that notification bell. And always remember to stay worthy, unlike this headless guy.